My name is Jessica Knight, and this is the Relationship Recovery Podcast. And today, I want to take a step back away from some of the talk on abuse and talk about self-love. When healing through an emotionally abusive relationship, a lot of people will tell you that you need to love yourself more. If you loved yourself more, you wouldn't be doing this. If you loved yourself more, you'd be able to get out of it. If you ask, what can I do? They typically say, practice self-love. You don't seem to care about yourself. And I hate the rhetoric on self-love. I hate the narrative that we hear all the time that you have to love yourself before you can have anything or do anything or heal anything. And I hate the idea that you need to love yourself before loving somebody else. Because children like me, who grew up in a home where it was normal for a parent to tell you what you think or what you believe, or or that you will be nothing or have nothing or do nothing, do not know how to love themselves. They were taught that by trusting what they think about themselves is not real because it was never validated. There's a good chance that when they felt proud of themselves, they were taken down. They were told not to be proud. They grew up believing that their reality was false, or that what they were seeing wasn't real, because these authority figures of people that were supposed to love them were telling them what to think and what to feel. Their sense of self is based on information from the outside world, while they are likely getting invalidation of all their positive feelings. This is in contrast to another dynamic of a family who, may have been more nurturing, approving, allowed their children to express themselves and their emotions. Those kids grew up with an internal sense of self-worth and trust within themselves that was supported by their caregivers, that was validated. When our first instinct is to tell someone they need more self-love, it can be very shaming and damaging, especially if they hear it from everyone in their life, every Instagram post, every self-help book. The abused, abandoned child is sitting there and screaming, how? Explain how the fuck how? And also, what does it even mean? Most people don't know how to build up their own self-worth. I've had my own battles with self-love, self-worth, self-esteem, self-care. I certainly resented all the words associated with it. And when I was going through my healing from an emotionally abusive situation, all I knew is that I wanted to be able to trust myself. I wanted to know that my reality was real. I wanted to know that I was able and capable of taking care of myself. When I work with clients on this, I always come from a place of small steps. I don't use the word self-love. I don't tell them they need to love themselves to move forward. I tell them I want to help them feel proud of themselves. I work with them to build trust within themselves however we can, whether it's making a smoothie first thing in the morning, or committing to a journaling practice, or deleting social media for a while, or reading one page in a book a day, whatever it is, whatever is true for that person. We work on establishing that and detangling the inner monologue that is likely someone else's voice telling them who they are. And so the reason that I wanted to go over that today, and I know that this is a very quick podcast, is because it's really important, if you are going through an emotionally abusive situation, to not blame yourself for not loving yourself, for not liking yourself, for not feeling like you're ever going to love yourself. At this point, you probably don't even know how to. And whether or not you grew up in an abusive situation or not, you just went through one. You just went through, this whole spiral of toxicity that's going to be really hard to detangle yourself out of. And so I hope this was helpful. You can find me at jessicaknightcoaching.com. You can email me, jessica@jessicaknightcoaching.com. You can find me on Instagram at jessicaknightcoaching.